You and Ronnie are from Mountain View, Missouri. It's about 5 hours, I heard, drive?
Yes, sir.
Okay. South of Rolla.
Yes.
Yeah. So what brings you all the way here to Kansas City to see me?
I have had headaches for over 38 years, and we have went to different doctors and neurologists and stuff, and I just got tired of it all, and the medication wasn't helping. It would just, I told them, I said, I can drink a glass of water and get as much help as I'm getting with the medication. So finally the neurologist said, forget it, I'm just going to dismiss you. I can't help you. So I quit seeing him a couple years ago.
And this is, where's this doctor at? Which town?
In West Plains,
West Plains.
Missouri.
And what's the name of the doctor?
Kumar.
Okay, it's a neurologist.
Yes.
To his credit, he at least said, I can't help you. He didn't say, you cannot be helped.
Right. He would just say, I can't figure out how to help you.
Okay.
And that there was no way to, he didn't really think surgery was the answer.
What kind of surgery was he talking about?
It's where they go in, I forget what it's called, but it's for the trigeminal nerves.
Would that be going in back of the head?
Yes.
Yes.
To,
Micro Vascular Decompression.
okay.
Where they kind of make a hole about the size of $1,
Right.
and then go in and then lift the nerve off of the brain stem and put a Teflon around it.
Yes, yes. And he said because things work opposite with me, like if I take a muscle relaxer, it keeps me awake instead of, helping my muscles to relax. So he said, I'm afraid that it would do the opposite effect.
Not to mention it's a major surgery.
Right.
Yeah, it's basically brain surgery. So why were they even going there? What was the diagnosis of the doctor?
He said I had trigeminal neuralgia.
This is a neurologist diagnosis. Okay. And he's seen you for a couple of years? How many years?
Yes, 2 years.
Okay. So it's not like he's unfamiliar with you. Very familiar with you.
He knew me, and he was very kind. He just couldn't figure out any way to help me. So
Now, I respect that more than some people that I heard just say, nothing wrong, says, I can't find it, nothing wrong. So I respect a person that says, I'm sorry, I've done everything I know how, I can't help you. I get it.
Right. So after that, so for the last 2 years, just done nothing, just if I'm really bad, I just kind of stay in the house, keep the blinds drawn but I try to keep going because I don't want to become an invalid.
Mention about drawing the blinds. Is it because light hurting your eye?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Years ago, probably 30 years ago, I seen an eye doctor because I have contacts, and he discovered that my pupils do not dilate right, and he said I had optical migraine headaches. So because they don't dilate right, it lets in too much light. Then that in turn gave me a bad headache.
Got it.
So so I've just always been careful.
Not to have too much light.
Yes.
Okay.
Or heat.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about, prior to seeing this neurologist, you had a lot of teeth removed, and then there's a dentist that finally said it's not your teeth. Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay. The dentist was seeing me at the same time I was seeing the neurologist.
Am I correct in remembering he saw you for some time before he referred you to?
Right.
Okay.
And
So Dr. Bowden.
Dr. Bowden, Scott Bowden, and
In
Mountain View.
Mountain View also, okay.
And he did while I was seeing the neurologist and him, because he was like, this isn't your teeth that's giving you the problem, but the medication was making my teeth, break.
Mm-hmm.
So I lost 7 teeth in 1 year.
A lot of back teeth.
Huh?
A lot of back teeth.
Yes. I lost this one in the front, but the rest of them
You hardly have any back teeth anymore to bring together.
have, yeah, nothing to chew with. So it's caused me more trouble because it seems like my jaw is gradually shifting more, till it's hard to chew anything. So I just go mainly with soft foods.
Okay, so let's go on the top issues that you have. The number one issue that affects your quality of life the most is what? Number one?
The headache in my eyes.
Okay, of those two, the eye would be number one or headache number one?
Well, they're so connected, I
Sure.
can't figure out which. To me, it's all headache, because it's.
But you tell me first about eye. You mentioned earlier eye was that worst one. Let's talk about that first. Tell me about the eye pain. In what way does it hurt? Where does it hurt?
Okay, it's mainly, like right now, this left one hurts, but at least it's not so sore that I can't touch. But when it gets severe, it's like you've took an ice pick and hit me in the eyes, and it'll move then to the right eye, so I have all this pain going in my cheekbones, all here, but it's like this because it's in my jaws, my right here and there.
Yeah, I'm hopefully there are connectors so we can fix it.
Right.
But as far as the eye pain itself, you mentioned it's pretty constant for 30 plus years.
Right.
And what level of pain on a 0 to 10 level do you normally live with? What level are you on most
5
times?
to 7. It's always over
Over half.
half.
Okay. So where are you right now, today?
I'm about a 7.
You have learned to cope really well and
Yes.
smile and so on, but you're in a lot of pain right now.
Right.
Okay. And how often does it go to the 10 level, like put you down?
Oh, at least once a week, but I would say maybe.
Ronnie, you can speak up. How often does she?
Once or twice a week.
Okay.
But
She was in bed 2 or 3 days last week.
right. I try to keep going.
I understand. Otherwise, you won't be standing here because if you have
Right.
that much pain, I understand. And so that's the number one issue. Closely connected is the second one's a headache. Tell me about it. Show me where that hurts.
Okay. I have, the eyes, the right here, and then it's here. This right here,
Mm-hmm.
it's like needles. The pain is. It goes down through here to that. But
Are you feeling it now?
yes. But it's not real bad. Yesterday was severe and the day before, but today it's eased off.
So again, at about a 7 level, more than half, and you're calmly talking to me.
Yes.
That can fool people.
Exactly. So a lot of times people will say to me, you're having a good day, and I'll say, not really, but
I have seen her do this,
Mm-hmm.
go out and throw up and come back and talk and smile. Just like go out, throw up, and come back again. So she's a good actress.
Trooper, keep on going.
but then sometimes if I'm really having what I call a bad day, and that's when I have the cluster back here that feels like it's pushing out of my skull, and then this, and this. It's all of these. I say, this is a bad day.
And you still smile?
I hope.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That is admirable on one side, fooling on the other hand, because for people to say, oh, it can't be all that bad.
Right.
I see. I see. Anything else to add about the headache? Anything else? Anything else to add to the story? It started right after you had your first child,
Right.
38 years ago.
Right.
And it all started, the headache.
That's when my headaches started. I'd never had a headache.
It's been going on ever since.
Yes.
So over these 38 years or so, oh, not years or so, exactly 38 years, is it pretty much constant? Do you ever get a break?
No.
So one long headache
One
that
long
from occasional spikes, other times lower. What's the
Right.
lowest ever gets?
I don't think it ever gets below a 5.
Wow. So midway or high. That's
Yes.
where you live.
Yes. And so I do, I'm very thankful that I can a lot of times go to sleep, maybe sleep an hour, wake up and I'm still in the same pain, but you know, maybe in another hour I can go back to sleep. So I do get some breaks there.
Okay, all right. So no waking hours, you don't have a break. So sometime maybe you just
Yeah.
pass out, maybe. All right. Third one has to do with the throat issue for 4 years. Tell me about it.
I got Botox shots that's trying to help the migraine.
This is a neurologist giving you?
Yes.
Okay. Show me where that was
Okay.
and how many.
They done 32 shots. It went all the way down my hairline, all the way around here,
Mm-hmm.
and then right here.
Okay.
And I would never recommend Botox shots. Of course, it paralyzes this, so I can no longer like lift my eyebrows or anything, but it didn't help my headaches at all.
That was the purpose of it.
That's exactly, and it paralyzed this side of my neck to where my face wouldn't, I couldn't turn my head any farther than this. And so from then on, I've had trouble swallowing.
Okay. Tell me about swallowing. What kind of things bother you?
I never know, it's like it's spasms. So I can be just drinking water, or I can be trying to chew food and it'll be halfway down and then it's just like it closes shut.
So you may choke sometimes.
Oh, a lot.
Okay. How often does it happen?
I'd say every day.
Okay. It's a daily thing. All right. So those are your top 3 issues that you're hoping we can find a solution.
Right.
By the way, besides Botox, what other medications and so on did the doctor try to?
Okay, I should have had them.
Quite a few.
Everything that there is.
For 2 years you
Yeah,
tried.
yeah.
Okay.
Gabapentin,
Neurotin,
Neurotin,
some kind of injections every 30
Oh.
minutes.
they've done this other injections where the nurse has to do this and they give you these injections every 15 minutes and trying to kill the pain.
Is that dihydroergotamine? Not that. DHE? No?
Don't remember.
It is initials.
Yeah. DHE.
So
DHE is commonly
a
used.
lot of times they'll put you in the hospital to do this.
How many times did you do that? One time.
And see, I had, all these years I had headaches for 30-some years. I never threw up. It was like I was hurting, but I couldn't. And then it started just throwing up. I lost 10 pounds one day from
Oh, all right.
Hydration.
So those are your top 3 issues. What are some other things that are bothersome to you?
back pain,
Upper back, lower back?
lower back. It's right here.
Okay.
And
How many years has that been?
that has been ever since childbirth, but it's
About 38 years
yeah,
also.
because like a chiropractor, they can't get it to move. It's fused and it's curved.
Mention ringing in the ear.
Oh yes,
Tell me about it.
my ears they ring all the time, And then sometimes it's worse than others, and it's harder for me to hear. So,
And how many years has that been? Many years?
no, that just started in the last 4 years.
Okay,
too.
more recent.
Uh-huh.
And I remember reading fatigue. You had quite a few symptoms that might be related. Fatigue.
Right. Fatigue. I don't know what it feels like to be rested, but I don't sleep.
That's the other issue. Tell me about it.
Well, I'll just give you an example. Last night, I went to bed for 2 hours, and then I got up, and I stayed up for 3, and then I slept for about 30 minutes. That's all I've had.
That's kind of the norm.
Yes. If I get 5 hours of sleep, I feel like I have really done something.
And how many years has that been? Ronnie?
Long time.
Over 20. You've
Over
done
20.
that probably
Yeah.
ever since we've lived in Mountain
Yeah, I
Okay.
just don't sleep.
Okay. Any other issues that you marked on the long list of
I'm
things?
trying to think what was on
Okay. So if you find solutions for some of these, you're in good shape.
yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Taking a bite out of pain. Ramen Center. What lies behind every smile is how your bite is aligned. 'Cause it shouldn't hurt to smile when your bite is aligned. You're feeling fine. Ramen Center. Taking a bite out of pain. Ramen Center, taking a bite out of pain. Ramen Center. What lies behind every smile is how your bite is aligned. 'Cause it shouldn't hurt to smile when your bite is aligned. You're feeling fine.